What's up, guys? And today I'm going to be talking about the 28th game, although it's the 22nd of January, obviously. I'm not going to talk about the 20th game. But because there was only 2 games, or 3, on the 21st, and the 22nd games haven't started yet, I'm recording at 6:13. So the first game I'm going to get into is 147 to 135. The Cleveland Cavaliers edged out the Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant had 38 and 12. Kyrie Irving had 37, and James Harden had 21, 10, and 12. The one thing that this team needs to learn is just to play their younger players more, like Bruce Brown. Landry Shamet didn't play because of coach's decision, and this went to double overtime, and Harden had 51 minutes, Kyrie had 48, and KD had 50. Along with Jeff Green having 45 minutes, along with 16 points. The other side of the ball, Collin Sexton went off with 42 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Torian Prince had 17, Jared Allen had 12 and 11. Both those players look better because Cleveland gave up really nothing and got those 2 players back. They're both off the bench right now, probably because the starters just have more chemistry. Along with Cedi Osman having a career night with 25, 7, and 7, and Andre Drummond having a good night with 13 and 7. The next game is the Dallas Mavericks versus the Indiana Pacers. Luka played well. He had 13, 12, and 12, which is a pretty low-scoring game for him, but he also had a lot of assists and a lot of rebounds. Trey Burke off the bench had 22. Kristaps Porzingis had 27 and 13, and Tim Hardaway and Jalen Brunson both had 19. The Pacers, on the other hand, without Miles Turner, they really, really struggle at the defensive part of the ball, with Sabonis having 25, Doug McDermott having a pretty good game with 16, Malcolm Brogdon having 26, Aaron Holiday had 13, Jeremy Lamb had 10, and all the other players did not do much. The next game, I really don't want to talk about this game, but I kind of have to because they're one of the games, and I'm a Celtics fan, so I clearly don't want to talk about this. But it was 117 to 109. The Sixers beat the Celtics. I was just going to say, if we had Tatum, we would have won this game. The Sixers weren't playing great defense at all. But Jaylen Brown had 26, Marcus Smart had 25, Kemba Walker had 19, and Daniel Tice had 23 and 10 off the bench. Embiid had 42, 10, and 2. Tobias Harris had 22 points, and Ben Simmons had 11, 8, and 8, along with Shake Milton off the bench having 16 points. This game went to overtime, and it was Atlanta versus Detroit. Atlanta beat them 123 to 115. Blake Griffin had 17. Jeremy Grant showing he could be a number 1 option with 32 points. Wayne Ellington having 16, and Mason Plumlee having 10. Derrick Rose, if you watch the pronouncing the NBA incorrectly, Derricky Rose, but I doubt any of you have seen that. But yeah, the Pistons just played okay with Jeremy Grant having a really good game. But John Collins had 31, Clint Capella had 27 and 26, which is amazing, putting up 2K numbers. That's what he averages in 2K, most likely. Trae Young had 38 and 10, and Kevin Huerter had 17. Nobody off the bench did that well for them. 111 to 102, Miami won against Toronto. They still seem to be winning without Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero. With Duncan Robinson only shot 1 other shot than a 3-pointer. He made 4, and I think he got fouled because he has 2 other points. But he had 14. Goran Dragic had 17. Bam Adebayo had 14 points and 13 rebounds. and Kelly Olynyk had 15, 8 and 8, along with Kendrick Nunn having a really good night off the bench with 28. For the other side of it, the Toronto Raptors had Pascal scoring 18, OG Anunoby scoring 18, Fred VanVleet scoring 24, and Terrence Davis scoring 16, and they just didn't play as well as them. Kyle Lowry only had 8 points, so that's not great for them. If you have a phone or any device that you're watching this on, look up on ESPN the Orlando Magic Minnesota game. Cole Anthony hit a crazy game winner. He had 13 points. Nikola Vucevic had 28. Evan Fournier had 24. Eric Gordon had 13. And none of the other people did that well besides Terrence Ross off the bench having 8, 5, and 5. The other side, Naz Reid had 14, filling in for Karl Anthony Towns. D'Angelo Russell had 19, Malik Beasley had 13, and Okogie had 11, and McDaniels off the bench had 12, and Edwards only had 8, along with 0 and 0. So, DeAndre Ayton had 26, Chris Paul had 13, 4 and 4. He's not playing like he did on the Thunder, most likely because he is not, well, he is the leader still, but he has another star on the team with him. And Devin Booker also had 24. And off the bench, Jay Crowder had 11. Christian Wood had 20, along with both of the shooting guards, Eric Gordon and Victor Oladipo, both having 22. And off the bench, David Nwaba had 9. The San Antonio Spurs got crushed by the Golden State Warriors. Curry played extremely well, and so did James Wiseman. But DeMar DeRozan had 15. DeJounte Murray had 22. Rudy Gay had 11. Jacob Poeltl had 10. All of these had really good games besides LaMarcus Aldridge, who only had 4 and 3. He's clearly getting older and can't play as well. For the Golden State Warriors side of the ball, Kelly Oubre had 16, Steph Curry had 26, James Wiseman had 20, Andrew Wiggins had 18, and off the bench, Jordan Poole had 9. The Warriors just played an overall better game. Also, the LA Clippers beating the the Kings by 19, so pretty big margin. Marvin Bagley only had 10 and 8, clearly not living up to his second overall pick expectations. But De'Aaron Fox had 25, Buddy Hield had 13, Glenn Robinson had 14, and Bielitsa didn't play. So if they had maybe all their players, they might have won. But Nick Batum had 11, Kawhi had 32, Paul George had 29, 12 and 7. 19, 12 and 7. I'm sorry. And Zubac had 11, 1 and 12. And Lou Williams had 6, not playing like he did last season. But yeah, that's it. The most shocking game to me was definitely the Cleveland game, and I think either the next trio were going to do really good or really bad, and my favorite nickname for them, I heard one person call them the Golden Trio. If you ever read Harry Potter, the 3 people in that movie or books are Hermione, Harry, and Ron, and in real life, obviously, it's Harden, Katie, and Kyrie. But anyway, that's it for me. Always remember to keep God number 1. Peace.